When most people talk about great directing, they talk about slick camera moves or flashy editing, things that are, well, obvious. But to me, great directing is about the little things most viewers never notice. Things like the use of color, the use of sound, a subtle shift in an actor's eyeline. And it's this attention to detail, combined with my unique and comprehensive process to the art and craft of directing, that separates my work from that of my fellow artists. My process begins with the script. I'll read it countless times, over and over again. My goal isn't just to understand the script, but to become one with it. A great script poses questions, questions that are answered in the minds of the audience. If necessary, I'll rewrite the script to ensure the dialogue is active, that it employs dramatic irony, and that its actions do indeed speak louder than words. Next, I embark on a comprehensive written analysis of the script. When it comes to script analysis, my process is quite simple. I like to do as much script analysis as humanly possible, and then I like to do some more. The goal of script analysis is to determine the theme of the script, the emotional event and subtext of each and every scene, the objective of each character in each scene, and the point of view of each scene. I prepare a detailed work script, similar to a theater director's prompt book, as I comb the script looking for insights and ideas I can try in rehearsal. Ideas that will enable us to turn psychology into behavior. How you shoot something is undeniably important, but it's even more important to create something to shoot. And this creation begins in rehearsal. I know a lot of directors don't like to rehearse prior to the start of production. I am not one of them. I think a lot of directors fear that rehearsal will sap the actors of their best ideas and energy, as if human beings possess only a finite amount of creativity, or lock them into a performance that is devoid of life. Fortunately, nothing could be further from the truth. The purpose of rehearsal is not to nail anything, but to try things we might use during production. It's a time of exploration and discovery. It is and should be a time of joyous, liberating play. It's better for the actors, and it saves time and money during production. Rehearsal engages and challenges the actors. I don't want to just direct them. I want to ignite their imaginations in the hope that they'll come up with something even better than what I had in mind, and in doing so, create something that is truly alive. I am first and foremost an actor's director. I think actors like working with me because they sense I care about them as artists and as people, and because I help them do their best work. I do this by giving them directions that are above all else playable. I direct by giving them verbs, facts, images, events, and physical tasks. I tell stories, ask questions, and explore ways to help them overcome any resistances they may have to the material or to their character. I sometimes give them secrets about their character, and I use a lot of as-ifs and subtext suggestions and imaginary circumstances to help them fully realize a given moment. I do all this in an environment of near total freedom while still making my day. My approach to pre-production is similar to my approach to script analysis. I try to do as much as possible, and then I try to do a little more. In effect, I try to make the film twice, once during script analysis, location scouting, rehearsal, storyboarding, and in drafting my shooting plan and shot list, and then a second time during the actual production. Great directing is about creating an environment in which everyone can do their best work. It's about communicating a vision. Following all of my planning and preliminary work, I am now fully prepared to lead the entire company of cast and crew through a shooting process that is both highly creative and extremely efficient. But even though I have this great plan, I'm not married to it, particularly if something spontaneous happens between the actors on set. Directors, like actors, also need to be in the moment. And besides, as a wise man once said, a plan is just something you deviate from. During shooting, I approach each scene as if it is the most important scene in the film. While I always try to shoot each scene in a way that enhances and visually reinforces its emotional event, I tend to shoot moving masters or partial masters, followed by the appropriate coverage. But again, this varies depending on the nature of the scene, the location, the schedule, and the needs of the actors. Not every scene requires a master. As an artist and as a human being, I have two core beliefs: that we as people should forgive each other and that we should help each other. And that's how I direct. Yes, I have a vision, but I try to help everyone around me to do their best work in the hope that they'll come up with something even better than what I had in mind. I am, by nature, a planner. Consequently, as a result of my planning, I'm fully prepared to respond to both new possibilities and unforeseen circumstances, and to adjust my plan to make my day and improve the picture. I don't mind problems. They're part of the process. Total freedom doesn't lead to creativity. Creative problem solving leads to creative solutions. Great directing is about telling a story that profoundly affects an audience on a level that is beyond language. In every scene, my goal is to have the actors say the words for the first time, every time. The key to acting, the key to directing, indeed the key to life, is listening. I have an abundance of technique, but there is no one way to direct. The trick is to know which technique to employ for that particular actor standing in front of you at that precise moment. And that's what I do.